there, this is El Viejo Ragnar, and today I want to talk with you about something interesting. And just given the fact that this topic will be a little bit philosophic, I decided to bring Dino this time, who is perfect for this kind of thoughts. The philosoraptor. In this case, it's an Omni raptor, but you know what I mean. It's a perfect dino to to some to spend some time in philosophy. Okay, so the thing is this: a lot of people um, thinks that there is, or people have this worry about um, what is life, what is the meaning of existence, etc. And while we are not really going to go as deep as thinking about everything like the meaning of life and all of that stuff today, we can still analyze that from a very specific perspective, and that is what if we live in a simulation, or actually is it or life any different? So this is the thought that I have for you, because the way people use this topic to talk about it is they say you have no proof to say we are not, so there must be a 50-50 chance, and probably everything that we feel is simulated, everything is fake, blah blah blah, and so on so on. But I'm wondering, okay, let's say we are in a simulation, so what? Still, if we have rules, if we have like needs and other things that push us to do certain actions, and also we have some kind of reasoning, or what else we can define it, like this own will that we can use to control our decisions, theoretically speaking, then I will say, yeah, very nice, excellent simulation. And comparing with games like these and other stuff, I'll say, okay, yeah, I not complain. It feels good enough. But that's not the actual perspective that I want to introduce to you today. That was just like a starting point. The real thought that I have for you is, what if we are not in a simulation, but at the same time the way the existence, the the way the universe and what is beyond these different layers of reality, or whatever it is called, works in a very similar way as a simulation. Like, basically, just think it from a religious perspective. If we simplify it, I believe we in reality have a lot of complexity in our existence, like multiple layers. But let's simplify it and say it's just a little bubble and another level above it, from where the creator comes from. If there is a creator who is deciding how this universe is going to be, is effectively creating like a virtual reality within its own reality. It's basically the same. Um, because it's applying rules. It's similar to when you are doing some programming, you, creating the physics, the biological needs, etc. All of that is just programming. Um, we can think about it more like a biological machine. So, and today there are that kind of technologies being researched, like biological computers based on brain cells, and other stuff like that. But we don't need to go that far into the technology future. Just from the uh, perspective of nature, indeed, our brains or animal brains could be considered computers. So, in that similar fashion, uh, our reality itself could be seen from the perspective of a programmer or a person who creates a system. And no need to think about it like in the Matrix. It's not needed. Just imagine your favorite dessert or dish, whatever it is. Um, you like it with, let's say, 3 ingredients. There is no need to add anything else. It is already good. You enjoy it with those 3 ingredients a lot, and somebody tells you, hey, you need to add this fourth ingredient to make it better or make it more amazing, the flavor, whatever. But you don't really need to. You are satisfied with those 3 ingredients. And actually, when you put that fourth one, it turns out for you it doesn't taste that good. It actually tastes a little bad. So in a similar fashion, it's how I see the existence. If we try to uh, fix it or improve it with other thoughts like exaggerations of what we already have, then I don't know. I mean, is it really needed? Is it not sufficient to say, okay, I live in a biological simulation based on a layer of rules and coding made by probably a thinking entity or not a non-thinking entity, whatever. That is not the point. But isn't that magical enough? Why we need to to add this extra stuff like, oh, no, it has to be like a computer, like the ones we know. We have to be sleeping in somewhere. We have to be plugged in in some machine. Like, come on, if you analyze this from a uh, like the complexity of making a good system, or the effort that is needed to code things and make them work, uh, that hard effort that is needed to find the balance, etc., you will see how good is what we have already. And if there is indeed another layer above us, wow, incredible, fantastic. Uh, Maybe it's a little bit more complex and interesting than just a machine with ones and zeros in the screen and a nice soundtrack. So yeah, that's a thought. Okay, I'm not trying to uh, make you think like, you should believe something religious, or you should not believe anything. No. This is not in favor or against anything like that, because as I said, this same thinking can apply regardless if this or the trigger of our existence is a thinking entity or not. That is not relevant for this comparison. Just the fact that our system exists or reality exists, it's enough to make it magical. And the one way that I discovered that I could play live in a similar fashion, look at that, that I could play live like if it were a game. It's a oh, come on, guys. Okay, I'm about to die, and that's it. That's how short the life of a little Omniraptor is. It's sad, but that's the rule of life. Okay, let's try again because this little raptor has not finished this little simple speech. So, what I was saying is that we or the as yes the reason I start to feel that I could play live similar like a video game is after thinking too much about these rules of the RPG games or this MMORPG where you have a role and you had to develop that role and you have to achieve things, become something. After going through all of those uh, process of thinking and seeing that I had to spend time in these games trying to become something, uh, and there were like these rules, these NPCs you had to talk with. Wrong way. I say, okay, couldn't I achieve a similar thing in life? Couldn't it be possible to um, imagine the role I want to develop is a person that has success in X or Y? Like, I want to be a good fighter. I want to learn to do this kind of a specific business. I want to um, I don't know. I want to finish this career. I want to be a good lover. I want to have a lot of girlfriends. One girlfriend. I don't know. Whatever. Like any kind of objective you can think about, especially when you are in that age where you're still thinking about what goals to pursue, etc. So yeah, that happened to me around that same age too. So I decided that I could do it. I could play live as a video game and develop this character. And I don't know that I don't think this at this moment I was thinking on it like with this kind of reasoning this simulation thought that I presented before. However, I had the feeling that the dots connect somehow. Because if you think about it, when you decide that you can take control and start to apply a strategy, start to let's say, okay, I know the rules of the game now. I I will hack this game to achieve X or Y. Then you see how easily it could be compared with an actual simulation when your strategies work. Sometimes, of course, they don't, right? It's not that easy, but when certain things do, you see, okay, wow, probably indeed there is some kind of magic here, some kind of uh, hacks available, etc. And again, not not thinking about this from a magical, mystical perspective or super um, science fiction analysis, like, oh, I see the code behind, I see the green numbers in the screen. No, 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 no. Just like, hey, this is chess. The rules is you move the pawn this way, you move the rook this way, you move the bishop this way, you move the queen this way. In that same way, exactly. If you see life like that, then things can work out. Of course, there is sadness. Of course, there is disappointment. Of course, you can still fail and get crazy after a lot of hits. I'm saying that can I'm not saying that you can be invulnerable to that. No, but the point is that the comparisons are out there. The similarities are there, and it's funny. It's funny to think about it. Like how um, funny is to think that some people fight to say, hey, we are in a simulation, and they want to defend the standpoint for that perspective, but they don't really need to. Neither side have to do it, because both perspectives can coexist. Both situations are perfectly fine together. So it's it's just funny from a certain perspective. Still, not saying that it's pointless to talk about it. We should. Discussing things, having debate is healthy. It helps the civilizations to get better. So um, yeah, discuss, but don't think that you have the final truth, because hey, there is no rules. I mean, that might contradict with the first comment, but what I'm saying is that there might be physical rules, biological rules, but the way you play this, the way you approach people, how you decide to play your cards, that's up to you. That's where the rules doesn't matter. I'm not sure where I'm going with this Omni Raptor, but well, that's it. What do you think? Are we in a simulation or not? Is it really important? What would you do if you could know a few hacks, etc.? Well, I leave you with those thoughts, and hopefully you can get some interesting perspective from that. And hopefully this Omniraptor won't drown here. Just want to find a cool final spot to say goodbye. But yep, that's what I thought. Just darkness. Darkness at the end. Don't worry, don't feel sad about this Omniraptor. He had a good life seeing a few trees. Actually, this was his second life, so that's interesting. Maybe next time we can talk about uh, uh, the theories about having more than one life, reborn, or that other stuff. For now, that's all. Take care. Until next time.